Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. It is yours truly, Mari, and Queen.
Amari.
In the building time, as our brother Hakeem Roy says, for your mind. We are the founder and co-founder of Iwapele Movement.
Yes.
Iwapele is gentle character. And we also focus on Ireriri, which is good character. Both are Yoruba words. We focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. We want to thank everybody who has been tuning in. We thank you for your love and support. We greatly appreciate those who have subscribed to our YouTube channel. Also followed us on Instagram. You follow us, we follow back. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. You show us love, we show that love back, family. So we greatly appreciate it, man. Ezaria Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. That means happy Kwanzaa. Heriza Kwanzaa, Heriza Kwanzaa. That's H-E-R-I space Z-A. Okay, Kwanzaa. And today, Habari Gani.
Nia.
Hey, she got it right. She got it right. She got it right. Got it right. Got it right. Got it right.
That's one.
Yes, indeed, family. So we're going to talk about Nia on today. For those who are tuning in, if you be so kind to share and invite, that'll be great. We're getting ready to dive in. We got some business to handle today, so we're going to be in and out on today. Now, I know for those of you who follow me, say, Brother Mar, you say that all the time, bruh. You say that all the time, bruh. You go a little longer. Well, I'm getting ready to go.
Oh, you go.
You understand.
All right, that's close number one.
Yes, indeed. So we happy. So family, today is the candle lighting ceremony as well. So I just want to drop that on you real quick before we dive in. Thereafter, my queen, she's going to tell you what Nia is. In the meantime, we want to send a shout out to our brother Travell Wiggins,
Yes.
okay, who gave us this intro. Listen, our brother is an artist down in South Florida, our brother Bill. Okay, and he gave us this heavy D remix that he did. You understand what I'm saying? So we want to send a shout out to our brother. He gave us permission. He sent it to me so we can use it. So we want to thank everybody who support us, man. So it would be remiss of me not to send a shout out to our brother Travell Wiggins, straight from the heart. You know, they're also he has a ministry called Taking My Life Back. Okay, it's a health and wellness ministry. Our brother started losing a lot of weight. Okay, he shows you his losing weight journey as well as others on his Facebook page. Again, called him Taking My Life Back. Okay, Taking My Life Back. So make sure you go check our brother out. All right. So today, candlelight and ceremony. All right. The black candle is unity. That's the first one that's lit. Okay, then you start lighting the other ones thereafter in this order. Okay, Kuji Chagalia will be second. It is the red candle. Okay, Ujima, okay, will be the green candle. That'll be the third one. Okay, the fourth one is Ujama. Okay, that's a red candle. Okay, then the fifth one, which is today, will be Nia, which is the green candle. Okay. Also, the black stands for us as the people. The red represents our struggle. The green is the future and hope that comes from our struggle. Okay. So the red, black, and green is the colors. All right. All right. So now we're going to dive in. We're going to talk about what Nia is on today. Let's go, beautiful queen.
Nia. To make our collective vocation the building and development of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness.
Excellent, family. So we're going to talk about that. The vocation, that's the job, you know, that we're supposed to have. Okay. It's our occupation. It's us putting in that work. So to make our collective occupation our job, okay, the building and developing, okay, of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional. Okay, so let's underscore that, the traditional greatness. So as we all know, there are various traditions, there's various perspectives. So you may question then, well, what tradition am I supposed to subscribe to? Because we have the African in America tradition. Okay, we have a plethora of African traditions. okay, over in the motherland, right? So let's condense it so we'll be able to make it applicable to our life. So what my queen and I simply discussed is for us to be able to just simply live by moral principles, right? I believe that we all can agree with paying honor to our elders. Okay, you have libations. Some people, they turn to the east. Some people turn to the west. Some people take a knee. You know, you understand? So some people, they bow, right? You know, but what is the nucleus of it? It's to pay homage to the ancestors. So as long as you're paying homage to the ancestors, you're good. You know, a lot of times we say this person is wrong for doing that. This person is wrong, but actually they're not wrong according to their tradition. Okay. So, you know, we have to be very careful about that. Okay. Because a lot of people get into, just like, for instance, like the argument about Kwanzaa, like whether you start to the far left candle, you understand, or whether or not you start with the candle to the immediate right or left of the candle, okay, for the colors. Well, as long as, again, as long as it's the right principle, okay, you starting from left to right on either side, you're good, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The whole point is we're celebrating it. You understand? We're coming together to celebrate. We're coming together as a family to rejoice, right? So a lot of times we get caught up in these things that are totally irrelevant, okay? The most important thing, again, is family, us coming together to celebrate as a family, unity. Okay. Also, you know, implementing our spiritual systems. Now, again, we have of a myriad of these spiritual systems. My queen, she gave me a list of various spiritual systems according to our people over in the motherland, and it is very extensive, very extensive. You understand? So here's what we recommend. We recommend that you follow what resonates with you, right? You understand? So somebody may subscribe to Ifa. The other one may subscribe to Voodoo, right? Or the other systems that we follow after in the motherland, right? As long as it's spiritual and it gives you spiritual grounding and it has a moral principle basis, okay, that's what we need to focus on. Why? Because the moral foundation, okay, is what's going to eradicate immorality, and immorality is the weapon of mass destruction that's causing the problems in our community. Queen?
Yes, I want to agree with him. One thing about today's principle, which is Nia, and and Nia means purpose. You know, as we stated before, it's our collective vocation in building the community. And when I thought about purpose, there's one thing that dropped in my mind that people may not think of right away when they talk about purpose. You know, when I purpose, what came to my mind was being intentional. You know, I did that on purpose. I intentionally did that. I intentionally made an impact, intentionally cared for my brothers and my sisters. And when I thought about intentional was being strategic. It was having an aim and having a mission in order to accomplish something. And with this NIA principle, the aim and the mission is to be collective amongst our community. I think about a couple people, you know, that have actually been intentional in what they were doing. Mm-hmm. I think about Tyler Perry, how he intentionally created a Black business, a Black empire, you know, that intentionally hired African people. He intentionally set his sights on the community in order for us to be elevated. I thought about, even last night we had an Odu study, and for those who don't know, that's similar to Bible study, but we have a Holy Odu in our practice. And the Babaluau was speaking about how if he had purchased some land 25 years ago, how he would have prospered to this day. If he had intentionally gotten some things and put them in place years ago, in the years coming, his family could have inherited millions. Mm-hmm. we have to understand that when we go out and we do things, we want to be effective. We want to do these things with intention. I'm gonna make up a word, intentionality, if that's not a word. We want to be intentional in what we do. We want to be effective in ministry. We want to be effective how we impact somebody's life. We want to be effective as parents. We want to be effective in the community.
That's right. That's right. You know, and also we're talking about restoring our people, restoration that is just like a building that's dilapidated, right? You know, you renovate that building. All right, you make the building more beautiful than it was. Okay, before you actually acquired that facility, right? So, you know, we're talking about the infrastructure that will house us, a house it protects from the elements and things of that nature. So let's talk about, you know, our house here, this temple body, right? We have to restore us back mentally to the state we're in prior to us being mentally and physically enslaved. Okay, so we have to reconnect with ourselves, right? That's what the problem is. A lot of us, we're having an identity crisis as a people on a global scale. So this is not just an African and America thing. This is an African and Africa type thing too as well. Because a lot of us have unfortunately veered off from, okay, our moral principles. And as we can see, I posted a video today and I use that as an example. And unfortunately, I have an example to utilize as it relates to immorality and why this type of teaching is imperative for us to be able to regain our footing and for us to become a member of traditional greatness. Okay, putting our queens back on the throne mentally, putting our kings back on the throne mentally. Okay, all these things evolve from teachings. Information influences the mind. Information influences our thought, and we live the way that we think. So in order for us to regain our greatness, greatness has to first be a mind state. Okay, a lot of us look at ourselves as less than. Why is that? Okay, so we have to get to the root of this problem. A lot of us look at each other as an enemy. Why is that? We have to get to the root of that. A lot of us, you know, our foul mouth, we're very disrespectful. You know, it's a lot of things that our people do. We compromise to be recognized. You know, we compromise for contracts, for record deals, you know, for us to be able to succeed even in corporate America. Okay. And throughout the diaspora corporately, okay, we're put in a position where either you give up your African identity, okay, or you don't receive a job at all. Now, this is the reason why it's imperative, you know, as we read here, it talked about building. Okay, it says it's building and developing our community. Okay, building and developing. Okay, so that means that we have to build our own. See, when we say our own, we have to be we have to expound rather more in depth about our own and the importance of that. Because as my queen and I, we talked about, she said intentional earlier, right? Okay, so we intentionally create a synergetic network group, LLC, which we are the community liaison for entrepreneurs and consumers. Okay, we intentionally created that business in order for us to be able to connect. Okay, we know the historicity of the Green Book. All right, and for those who don't know the historicity of the Green Book, okay, for your benefit as well as for those who are in your circle, okay, this will empower you intellectually, right? Because the Green Book was established because when we travel, we couldn't go to certain places, right? So our people came together and they constructed a Green Book. So whenever our people travel, they can know about where are the different venues, okay, that will be able to serve them from people who look like us, right? You know, so understand, we need to create that environment where we can be comfortable to be ourselves. You understand? You know, and in order for us to gain this freedom, we get pushed back, then we got to push back. You understand? When we get pushed back, we got to push back.
Absolutely.
Right? You know, we celebrate
Absolutely.
and we champion our ancestors for doing this. But how many of us are really willing for us to be uncomfortable, in some cases for us to be comfortable as a people?
Yes.
How many of us are willing to do that? You understand? This is the reason why during the time the boycott, they started the carpooling, right? Those who didn't have vehicles, again, they created, they built, they developed. Okay, we couldn't go to their stores, so what we did, we created our own. You understand? We had our own mechanics. We had our own grocery stores. We had our own businesses. Black Wall Street, Chicago, New York, okay, North Carolina, and throughout, you know, the United States of America, because again, we couldn't go into their establishment. So this wasn't just in those specific locations. Let's remember the history of segregation. Okay, this was a national thing. Okay, and some talk about up north. Listen, every place up north wasn't safe either for us. You got to understand that. How do you know, Amar? Because I was born and raised in New York, and I was still called the N-word. You understand? So even though we was up there, you understand, where peace and blessing be upon him, Frederick Douglass did his speech at in Rochester, New York for Independence Day, where I was born and raised at. You understand? So why did he have to use that speech if everything was all good? You know why? Because it wasn't all good for all of us. You understand? And we are never above our people. I don't care how rich we get. We have to keep that in mind. We are one, whether we was born in Africa or not. Okay? We're all one. We just were separated because of colonization. We are all one. Queen?
You know, as I was stating earlier in regards to purpose, you know, Nia means purpose. And I used it in the frame of to do something on purpose. And like I said, the word intent, being intentional popped in my spirit. And to have confirmation, I walked in the house today and I heard my husband praying. And my husband, he was praying from our book, and he was praying about being intentional. I said, well, dog, I said, that's confirmation. He was saying that I place my intent on love. I want to be intentional. I want to be I want to be intentional when I love. I'm gonna say it like that. He says, I place my intent on doing good in the world. Then he went on to say, I place my intent on enjoying life, place my intent being lighthearted, and I place my intent on being innovative. And he places his intent on living in truth and being authentic. We have to be intentional as a community. We don't want to haphazardly go out and just do something just to be doing something and taking and going nowhere in any road to take us there. We have to be intentional and strategic in the building of our community, the building of our love for one another, the building of our whatever we need as a community in order to move forward. I mean, there's purpose. There's purpose, yes, on the inside of us when it comes down to the other definition of purpose, but we have to be intentional in order to make that purpose happen. We have to go forward with purpose and intent. You know what I mean?
That's right. Absolutely.
And one other thing, he mentioned restoration, you know, restoring us back to what we used to be, restoring us back to where we had courage, restoring us back where we had confidence, restoring us back to where we know who we are. And with a shadow of a doubt, we know now that we can go forward and that we can move mountains.
That's right.
We have to go back to restoring our faith.
That's right.
In who we are and who we can be and what we can accomplish.
That's right. That's right. Ashayo. Ashayo. And so I'm getting ready to read you something from here, family. And my queen talked about the prayer. And this is the reason why we have to return to this, because in this Agungun prayer, check this out. It says in there, it says, so that we may know the truth about you, Agungun, so that we may know the truth about ourselves. This is a prayer to the ancestors. It is in your teachings that we begin to explore the depth of which we are, and that we explore the depth of our nature,
Yes.
our emotions, and our everyday behavior.
Yes.
Okay, so I just wanted to read that to you, so we can have a better understanding about, how do we get to this place of greatness? What made us so great? It was because of our moral principles. It was because our love for one another. And as I pray, when I'm honoring a gungun, with those who don't know what that is, that's just a Yoruba word for ancestor. Okay, so when I pray to a gungun, okay, we say Mojoba a gungun. You know what I'm saying? We're paying respect, we're giving honor, we're giving homage to our ancestors, right? Because our ancestors were the gatekeepers. They were the ones who held on to our traditions. They were the ones who knew, you know what I'm saying, about our spirituality. They was the ones who raised us in a moral way.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And morality is a compass, if you will, that us in this life, that orders our, it influences our conduct.
Yeah.
You understand? This is the reason why I always say we live the way we think. However, thoughts are formulated by information. That's the reason why Carter G. Woods created the book.
Wilson. Mm-hmm.
Wilson, yeah. Created the book, thank you, of, the miseducation of the Negro.
Right, right.
The miseducation. So that means that the reason why, okay, there's misconduct is because of the miseducation.
Absolutely.
And the reason why we're missing it is because of that as well.
Absolutely.
We're missing the mark because of what we've been taught. We have been misguided.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And that's the reason why we're off track. That's the reason why the African, and all the time, the Africans are literally, us in America, we're literally out of our minds. Literally. Why? Because we don't think, talk, act, dress, you know what I'm saying, or even conduct ourselves. Right now, I'm Queen and I, as we mentioned about the African culture, we started the hip hop culture, we started that and things of that nature, it's a modern day time. You understand what I'm saying? So I get it, I understand. I'm not saying we need to walk around with just kente cloth on, covering up just our loins, and the women walking around halfway naked. Okay, so I'm not saying we need to return to that era. You understand what I'm saying? But we need to be clothed in righteousness. You understand? Our minds need to be clothed in righteousness. In other words, we need the right teaching to correct the error of our ways.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's the only way the African is going to be able to return back to their our traditional greatness. Yes. You understand? And so let me just be honest about this. What's harming us is because we run away from that which shows us the way.
Yeah.
Okay, we're running away from that which paved the way.
Absolutely.
For us today. How do we get the Meninsco benefits that we have? Because our ancestors, they had a selfless sacrifice.
Yes.
It's because of the love in their heart, not only, for themselves, but for us as a collective. So it's self-love and it's collective love. You understand? They seen us afar off. Didn't the Honorable Minister Dr. Martin Luther King say that? He said, my eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Yes.
He said, I seen little black boys and little black girls. Didn't he see it as a seer? As one who's seen. He said, I see the fruits of our labor. Yes. I see the aftermath of our sacrifice. I see what's going to become of this from us doing this. He said, I may not get there with you.
Yes.
Didn't he say it?
I say.
But he was willing to lay down his life in order for us to have a better life, as well as Betty Shabazz, peace and blessings be upon her. Okay. As well as Coretta Scott King, peace and blessings be upon her, because we can't forget about the queens, right?
Yeah.
We got to have the balance, right? We got to talk about Queen Azinga, right?
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about Yah Ashanti, right?
Yes.
All praises be. So we give thanks for our ancestors, our Gungun, who laid down their life so we can have a better life.
Yes. And I'm going to say that we need to get to know the ancestors ourselves so we can get to know ourselves. We need to get to know the ancestors so we can know what we're about. You know, I had to go back and I had to find out about my ancestors, and it gave me a perspective, an understanding of who I am. I was like, oh, that's why that Ogun spirit is coming up. That's why, you know, she don't take down. It's because it's in my blood. It's in the DNA.
That's right. And when you think about George Washington Carver, remember, teach us about you so we may know about ourselves.
Yes.
They were great.
They were great.
Booker T. Washington, great.
Great.
Benjamin Banneker, great. Madam C.J. Walker, great.
Absolutely.
Huh? That's why we got to learn about ourselves so we can learn about our goal of doing anything.
Absolutely.
That's why it's important for not only just our children, but even us as adults to familiarize ourselves with our accomplishments.
Yes.
Okay.
As a people, yes.
That's right. That's right. The reason why we don't have the confidence, because a lot of us don't know our accomplishments. The reason why we don't have the confidence is because a lot of us don't know our accomplishments. If only if we knew how intellectual we really are, some of us, if only if we knew that we built the pyramids, if only we knew that we started medicine, if only we knew about Imhotep, if only we knew that the symbol on the side of the ambulance is a Kemetic symbol from the motherland.
Oh, yes.
If only if we knew that, then we will have a totally different view of ourselves as a collective. See, so the only way we can get back to our greatness is first going back in our mind. It's our mind. It's the way we view ourselves.
That's right.
The reason why we belittle each other, the reason why we look down on ourselves, because we look up to other people because we don't know how great we really are.
We Africans in America are amazing.
That's right.
Phenomenal.
That's right.
We're total winners. You know, as I was going down the street the other day, you know, something came to my mind. I saw a man, a man that was a slave type, with shackles on his mind, shackles on his feet, but yet and still he kept pressing his way on. And that's the way we are here as Africans in America. You know, although we're shackled in some instances and we're searching for freedom, we continue to press on through no matter what situation that's been brought to us. We are victors in this battle. We are overcomers.
That's right.
We are more than conquerors. We will reach the heights that we're supposed to reach. We are just great. And I know that there's some things that happen that cause us to just look at some things and it looks like we're there. We're greater than that.
That's right.
We're doctors, we're lawyers, we're judges.
That's right.
We're millionaires, we're billionaires.
Yeah.
We're creators of music. We're creators of fashion. We're creators of civilization. We have our own language. We have our own cooking style. We have our own influence in this entire world. Be proud of who you are, Africans in America, because you are phenomenal.
That's right. We're the ones that set the tone. We're the ones that created rock and roll. Contrary to popular belief. Contrary to popular belief.
That's right.
We're the ones who build those pyramids.
That's right.
We're the ones who created that refrigerator.
Yes.
We're the ones who created those stoplights that we stop
and the
at.
internet.
And we're the ones who created that ironing board and the iron, right? We're the ones who created the gas mask.
The super soaker.
Hey, what you say now? What you say now? What you say now?
That's right. We did that.
We did that. You understand? So this is the reason why we need to understand who we really are and what we have done.
Yeah.
Okay. Even when it came to Christianity, let me just talk about it. Okay. We are the ones who started the charismatic movement. The gifts of operation in the spirit in the church.
It wasn't the same.
It was dead until we gave it life.
That's right. The party didn't get started till we got there.
The fool is dead until the African touch it.
Yes.
Huh? We're the ones who spearhead fashion.
Yes.
Huh? We're the ones.
Dance.
That's right.
And we created our dances, our music. You know, they took the platforms away from them. So what? We created our own. We're a creative people. We create our own everything.
That's right.
You know, we don't just accept no as an answer. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way we should be in our everyday life. We don't accept no as an answer. Even when we were in church and Christians, some organization would try to shut down your platform. Build your own platform. If you feel it within yourself and spirit is leading you, build your own.
That's
you see,
right.
there's ways around, there's ways through things, but Africans in America, we are creators.
That's right. I want to send a shout out to my brother, King Kevin Dorval. Shout out to my big brother, Dwayne D. Williams. He says, speak on it. Big facts. Okay, we thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for that. You know, and also we have to understand we got to preserve our traditions.
Yes.
Okay, we shouldn't let nobody. Now, some people may get upset about this, but they'll be all right. We shouldn't let nobody come into our fraternities. We shouldn't let nobody else come into our sororities. We shouldn't let nobody else, okay, come into our culture. It's ours. You understand? It's our culture, right? That's what we're supposed to do, is preserve it. You understand? It's ours. All right. So I get it. I know they put Slim Shady out there and the Beastie and things of that nature. I get it. I understand. But ours. It's ours.
That's our stuff.
That's our stuff. Who did Elvis learn from? James Brown.
You're right here.
But yet they want to disrespect us. And they're getting paid off of a genre of music that we created. But you want to disrespect us. Okay. You know, just like, you know, with George Washington Carver, okay, when some of his inventions were stolen, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's Einstein.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
That actually stole some of his patents. You understand? So a lot of stuff, okay, that is benefiting society today, invention-wise, came from our great minds. That's in us. Our hands.
That's our stuff.
Our stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
We didn't receive credibility for what we received credibility for. And I believe in giving honor where honor is due. So guess what? African man, African woman, okay, I salute you.
Absolutely.
Even when it comes to the internet, guess who did that? Us.
We did that.
Us. Cell phones. Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
And they're in Africa right now taking the cobalt, I believe it is, so that cell phones can run. We have to keep our head up and realize the greatness that lies on the inside of us. Like I said, it don't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what your neighbors say. And in cases, it don't matter what your close friends say or your mama say sometimes. When you have greatness on the inside of you, you have the ability to pursue that. Pursue your greatness because it's there. Our ancestors were great. Oh, the queens were great. The mothers were great.
That's right.
The fathers were great.
Put the queen back on the throne.
Yeah.
Put the queen, she belongs.
Yes.
Okay, you have Iyalodis. You have the queen mothers. You have women like that in amongst us. You have the Olaris, okay? You have the Ohimas, okay? Those are all female hierarchy positions within our community. We have to put our women back on the throne. They've been dethroned with all this garbage and this gangster rap lyrical content that's being pushed in our community, and it has emasculated the man, okay? And it also has given them the negative view that they have about a woman, talking about women ain't nothing but female dogs and hoes and tricks. Huh? You know what I'm saying? You'll never get a nickel out of me because I'm a PIMP. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because in order for us to get restored, we got to get rid of that foolishness, right? And there's even some throwback songs, okay? You know, talking about a half of a man is better than no man at all. Yeah. Let's talk about it, because see, we talk about throwbacks. We talk about throwbacks so much. Well, some throwbacks need to be thrown away. Okay. Yeah. When you listen to NWA,
we need to raise the bar.
That's right. When you listen to NWA, okay, that's throwbacks. but the content need to be thrown away. Huh? And we talk like everything was all good. What about the song I be stroking? That's what I be doing.
Man, talking about what he do.
He be stroking. And that's what it said. I be your candy liquor.
Hey, leave the people alone. Leave the people alone.
Hey,
that's family, good quality music.
In all seriousness, man.
They don't make it like that no more.
Well, family, listen, we love you all. We thank you so much for tuning in to your Uwa Pele Movement program. Again, we do these programs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the AM. The times in the AM varies, but make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, so when we go live, you'll get the notification on YouTube, and also make sure if you're not following us on Facebook or myself on Facebook, make sure that you do that. Amar Mari, Amare, Amari. Okay, I go live from there. Also, you can follow us on Iwa Pele Movement. We have a group on Facebook. You can go there. Just like the sign says, you'll follow us right there, okay? On Instagram, okay? I give you the information so you can follow us there on Instagram. There go our information on IG. Okay, so make sure.
I would say one thing. When you get to YouTube, make sure you follow us on YouTube and click the notification bell so that you can get notified every time we come on. So go over to YouTube, follow us on YouTube, and also click the notification bell.
And the Queen has spoken.
Yeah.
And we are out of here, family. We love you all. We greatly appreciate you all.
Nia,
we pray.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yes. Hiriza Kwanzaa.